Hey, what's up, guys? You're now listening to Devo with Uncle Theo. Today is day 73, and we're going to cover Joshua chapters 3 through 5. Last time we left off, Rahab gave shelter to the spies, and she reported to them the disposition of all of the people in Jericho. And we saw how the Lord has now allowed Israel to make an international impact throughout the nations. And these people are ready to be conquered. And this is evidence that God fights for his people, because the battle is pretty much won before they even get there, because the text said that their hearts had melted and that no courage remained in them. Look, you can take the strongest warrior there is, and if he has no courage, he'll fall like an untrained man. And they're about to cross the Jordan. And we pick up in chapter 3, verse 1. Then Joshua rose early in the morning, and he and all the sons of Israel set out from Shittim and came to the Jordan, and they lodged there before they crossed. Verse 7, now the Lord said to Joshua, this day I will begin to exalt you in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that just as I have been with Moses, I will be with you. So God is about to perform a miracle for Joshua akin to the miracles he performed with Moses, to show the people that the same God that was with them, that once was with Moses, has now transferred his leadership to Joshua. And now Yahweh is with Joshua. And the miracle that he's going to perform is similar to the parting of the Red Sea. God is going to part the Jordan. Let's pick that up in verse 14. So when the people set out from their tents to cross the Jordan, with the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant before the people, and when those who carried the Ark came into the Jordan, and the feet of the priests carrying the Ark was dipped in the edge of the water, for the Jordan overflows all its banks all the days of harvest, the waters which were flowing down from above stood and rose up in one heap in a great distance away at Adam, the city that is beside Zarethan, and those which were flowing down toward the sea of the Arabah, the salt sea, were completely cut off. So the people crossed opposite Jericho. All the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the middle of the Jordan, while all Israel crossed on dry ground until all the nation had finished crossing the Jordan. And as you can see, the nation is doing the exact same thing the first generation did when they crossed the Red Sea. And this is happening for a few reasons. One, God is transferring leadership to Joshua, just like he said in verse 7. He's going to make sure that they know that just like he was with Moses, he'll be with them. And also this miracle just further solidifies that not only that God is with them, but here's another miracle and demonstration of his power. In fact, as we move into chapter 4, the Lord tells them to take memorial stones, take 12 men from the people, one man from each tribe. Remember, that's always significant. We've seen that a lot, even from the priestly garments on throughout, in so much symbolism. And you'll take 12 stones out of the middle of the Jordan from the place where the priest's feet are standing. And the purpose of this is verse 6. Let this be a sign among you, so that when your children ask later, saying, what do these stones mean to you? Then you shall say to them, because the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. When it crossed the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. So these stones shall become a memorial to the sons of Israel forever. And so they've crossed the Jordan. They're in the territory of the promised land now, and they're moving forward. Now, it says on the 10th of the first month, they camped at Gilgal on the eastern edge of Jericho. And so this is a key city. Remember, land is important. And the theme of this book is conquest. So we're going to have to pay attention to a lot of the cities that are named here. And we walk into chapter 5, and guess what God asks them to do? They're about to go to battle, and look at God's request. Verse 1. Now it came about when all the kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan to the west, and all the kings of the Canaanites who were by the sea heard how the Lord had dried up the waters of the Jordan before the sons of Israel until they had crossed, that their hearts melted, and that there was no spirit in them any longer because of the sons of Israel. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. This is going to rock your world. At the time, the Lord said to Joshua, make for yourself flint knives and circumcise again the sons of Israel the second time. So Joshua made himself flint knives and circumcised the sons of Israel. So get this, they're about to go into war. And what is God's plan for them? Okay, Joshua, I'm going to go over military tactics for you and battle strategies. I'm going to go over leadership 101. We're going to take this place by storm and we're going to map out. We're going to learn about siege works and we're going to besiege this land. No, when you get over there, circumcise your people, completely incapacitate them. And listen, that's our God. And this teaches us why Israel should never pursue a monarchy. They should always pursue a theocracy because God fights for them. He's making them the weakest they could possibly be before they go to battle. Who does that? God does that, because when you are weak, then he is strong. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't turn the corner for practical application. Look, I know you're busy. I know you want to make a name for yourself. I know you want to have a legacy, but honor God first and pursue him in his glory. Let all the other people be team no sleep. Let all the other people grind. Let all the other people be go-getters. You circumcise yourself. You spend your morning, no matter whether you're losing time and you're behind your competition, you get in your word, you pray, and you spend time with the Lord. You commune with him. I'll be honest with you. All you're doing is pulling back a slingshot because God is going before you and melting the hearts of your enemies, whoever they may be. And so we don't have to go out in the flesh operating like the world does. That's why they're never happy. They got their success by any means necessary. And you can have your success in Christ through rest. God has promised to bring us rest, and we can have rest in Christ. And I just think a lot of Christians need to hear that. We need to metaphorically circumcise ourselves every morning. When the world is out going to pursue whatever they're pursuing, we need to pursue the things God tells us to pursue. And then we'll go get after it. We'll go do the things that are required of us. But let them have their head start. God will make up the difference. And in verse 10, while at Gilgal, they observed Passover. But let's end here, verses 13 through the end of the chapter. Now it came about when Joshua was by Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing opposite of him with the sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or are you our adversaries? He said, no. Rather, I indeed come now as captain of the host of the Lord. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and bowed down. And he said to him, what has my Lord to say to his servant? Listen to this. The captain of the Lord's host said to Joshua, remove your sandals from your feet, for the place which you are standing is holy ground. And Joshua did so. Now, you know me well. Who do you think that is? Joshua has come face to face with Jesus Christ. And you know what's happening here? Jesus is saying, you better believe I've been here the whole time. I've been fighting for you. I'm the one who's put fear in the hearts of all of those men. Look at me face to face and know that I'm with you. Trust me, and don't forget to always take your sandals off, because the ground you're standing on is holy ground. And Joshua is looking eye to eye with the Lord of glory, the pre-incarnate Christ. And this is significant because Joshua is going to fail in this conquest. He's going to make a grave mistake. We'll cover that very soon. But he's looking eye to eye with God, the future God man, who will not fail his conquest. He will start from the north in Galilee, and he'll come down to Jerusalem, and he'll conquer in his conquest, and it'll end with him dying on the cross and rendering all of Satan's works inoperative. He will crush the serpent's head and we'll have salvation in his name. He suffered on the first coming, but he's coming back as a warrior on the second coming. And this is what he looks like. And we'll see more of him as we continue to track through the Old Testament. Enjoying this, guys. Let's continue to be faithful. You guys take care.